Medyo marami pa rin naghahanap ng mga mini tablet na sulit na okay gamitin despite na medyo nagtataasan ang presyo ng mga tablets, smartphones, and laptops. There are still some worthy consideration na nakita ko na pwede nyo pang bilhin itong 2026. Now, this is another one of my finds, si Redmi Pad 2 9.7. This is a smaller version than the usual mga 11-incher, 12-incher, and 13-incher na medyo mas pasok, swak sa loob ng iyong backpack, sling bag, mas madaling bitbitin without the big bulky size. So, gaano ka-okay nga ba itong tablet nito? Pag-usapan natin right after this quick intro. Now, itong Redmi Pad 2 9.7 is more of a budget na tablet, mini tablet to be exact. Here are some of its basic specs. Buksan natin, Pad 2 9.7. Buksan ulit natin. Yun ang experience talaga pag medyo budget, no? So, nandito yung tablet. Ilabas ko lang. So, inside meron tayong user guide and manuals, charging cable, 15 watts na charging brick, and andito ang kanyang panundot, nakatago. So, there's nothing more. So, here are some specs from the tablet. Kung gusto nyo makita, pause mo na lang. So, ilalabas ko na siya. Looks not bad. Maliit, magaan, just right for my hand. O, diba? Sabi ko siya, no? Sakto sa grip ko. Now, ito, Redmi Pad 2 9.7. Currently, it's selling at 9,500 pesos para sa kanyang 4 gigs of RAM and 64 gigs of storage. Pero there are times na pag nag-sale or if you use yung mga vouchers from my YouTube shopping link, you can probably get this lower at around mga nasa 8,000 something pesos. For more information, nandyan lang sa description box below or nandyan sa YouTube shopping link para makamenos pa kayo further. Now, one of the things na kinonsider ko to is that it has a aluminum na unibody. Meaning, yung likod nito is aluminum and yung side niya is aluminum. Normally, if you're saying it's in aluminum na frame and aluminum na back, mas matibay siya definitely compared sa mga plastic back, plastic frames. Mas durable siya compared sa mga plastic counterpart. Now, I have two speakers. Meron sa ibabaw and meron sa ilalim. And what's nice, meron pa siyang audio jack na kasama. Expandable pa siya up to 1 terabyte in case na nabiting ka sa 64. And it has one camera module over here. And it is a scratch-resistant glass protected. I'm not quite sure kung anong Corning Gorilla Glass ang gamit na dito. And probably kung nanood ka ng World Cup, alam nyo na nanalo ang Spain over Argentina. Congrats, Spain. Ano sinasabi niya? Viva España? Congrats again. World Cup 2026 champ. Now, if you want to full complete spec sheet ng Redmi Pad 2 9.7 2026, share ko sa inyo. Now, currently itong tablet ito is running Android version 16 and gamit nila is HyperOS 3.0. And in-update ko naman siya, no? Okay naman, yung interface niya is good. Wala naman nakita na bug down, slow down dito sa tablet na ito. Except that, pag nagbubukas ka na sobrang daming apps sabay-sabay, dahil 4 gigs of physical RAM lang siya, you would feel that it's going to be a little bit slower than usual. Pero yung kanyang processor is not so bad naman overall. And this one is being equipped with a Snapdragon 6S 4G Gen 2, which I know na sinabi ko naman on one of my previous videos sa Gadget Sidekick Beyond Reviews na medyo a little bit older na si Gen 2. Pero for this consideration kasi I would say na dahil sa sobrang taas sa mga chip ngayon, so probably pwede nyo pang pagtiyagaan itong kanyang processor. Since itong tablet naman to is already running Android 16, and I think this one would get a 3 years na major Android update if tama ang nabasa ko. Doing all of my multitasking dito sa tablet, wala kang maging problema except that just don't open too much app all at the same time. Pag hindi mo ginagamit ng mga ibang apps, just close it or kill it para bumilis-bilis ang iyong experience. Pero sa Antutu benchmark, I would say na not bad naman ka ng score ranking at around 415,000 points. And I think it's still better than the other processor that can only get you around mga 330. This one, I think, personally, mas mataas na siya compared sa iba. Na kung gusto mo makita mga ibang benchmark na ginawa natin sa tablet na ito, share ko muna sa inyo. Now, one of the biggest consideration ko when I buy a tablet is looking at yung kanyang battery size. And tong tablet ito didn't disappoint, 7,600 mAh and it's still using a lithium-ion na technology. Now, this one is weighing at around 400 grams. Hindi pa naman siya umabot ng kalahating kilo. So, I think it's still okay inside my sling bag. Now, nilalabas-pasok ko sa loob ng aking sling bag. Mabilis ka naman ipasok, no? And hindi naman siya nag-add ng sobrang daming weight. Normally, nilalagay ko ang sling bag ko sa harap. So, whenever I pull it out, mabilis. Whenever I slide it in, mabilis din. And it also can support up to 18 watts na fast charging, except that yung kasamang charging brick, nakita ko it's just a 15 watts na charging brick. If you want it to be a little bit faster, you can buy other charging brick like Ugreen, Anker, or si Tranyo. It can give you a little bit faster, pero 3 watts, hindi naman sobrang laki ang lundag. So, I think yung default charger niya is still okay para sa akin. Now, if you're using naman tong tablet na to pang daily driver mo to power you up through the day, pang research, online work, online schooling, or whatever, kaya naman na magtagal ng a whole day without even charging. And, well, for me, as long as you don't play game all day long, walang problema naman battery nito, makunat naman. And nung tinignan ko naman siya sa PC Mark na battery stress test, binigyan ako ng roughly 15.5 hours na screen on time. Na itong tablet na ito, yung kanyang screen size is a 9.7-incher na IPS LCD. And it has a 120Hz screen refresh rate. And ang kanyang maximum brightness is pegged at around 600 nits. Though on outdoors, pag ginagamit mo naman siya, hindi naman siya sobrang hirap tingnan. Pero mandala ko nakita na nagtatablet on outdoors. Ikaw ba? Nagta-tablet ka ba on outdoors? Let me know in the comments. And kung ang hilig mo naman gamitin ang iyong tablet is pang social media, manood ng mga short drama, ng reels, sa Facebook, sa TikTok, or sa Instagram, okay naman. I think mabilis naman siya mag-respond as long as you have a good internet connection. Wala kang maging problema, pero kung bad internet connection, mainis ka rin sa pag-loading niya. Walang kinalaman sa unit, ang may sala, internet connection mo. Pangit. Na kung nanonood ka naman mga long format dito sa YouTube, sa Netflix, expect na makakanood ka ng maayos dito dahil maganda naman kanyang display. Don't expect it to be AMOLED display though, pero itself, I would say na pretty solid na ang display niya. Natuwa naman ako dito while I was watching basketball game and animes dito. Okay na okay siya para sa akin. Now guys, itong tablet na ito has 2 speakers. Meron na ako sa ibabaw, meron na ako sa ilalim. I think normally sa mga tablet at this smaller size, hindi siya kasing lakas ng tugtog ng mga 12-13-incher. But nevertheless, na-test pa rin natin para maalam natin kung malakas, mahina, or subpar. Ito. Ikaw, gagawa mo ba ako ng lemonade? Yung kanyang sounds overall, I would say not bad. It's a little bit above average for me para sa akin tenga based sa mga napapakinggan ko sa mga ibang tablets. Pero hindi pa rin siya kasing lakas sa mga 12-incher. Doon yung mga ibang tablet ng mga 12-incher, di haman na mas malakas kaysa dito. Pero itself, siguro I would rank it somewhere na sa mid-range ng mga smartphones. Ganun kalakas lang yung kanyang tugtog. Now, try naman ako ng 2 games dito on this tablet. I was able to play PUBG and Mobile Legends. Pagdating sa Mobile Legends, I was able to achieve a 60 FPS naman sa kanya. Wala akong naging problema sa kanya. Pero pagdating sa clashes, pansin ko there are times na, hindi naman there are most of the times, nagdadrop siya sa 50 based sa akin FPS counter. And meron siyang game turbo mode dito, surprisingly, kahit budget tablet lang ito. Maganda-ganda naman kanyang sounds. Hindi naman siya yung mas mahina. Pero you can always use your favorite TWS or your favorite wired na headphones kasi may headphone jack pa naman siya. So, overall gameplay, I would say not bad. And hindi siya mainit 34 degrees Celsius lang ang na-achieve ko after an hour of gameplay. Pagdating sa PUBG, okay, nakapag-enjoy naman ako sa game na ito. Nakakaabot naman ako ng 60 FPS pero except that nagda-drop siya madalas to 40 FPS, especially pag tumatakbo. Basta gumagalaw ka, no? Pero if you stand still, nasa 60 naman siya. Pero once na gumalaw ka, bumaba ng 50. Pero especially pag nagbabari lang ka na, no? Bumaba siya ng 40. Pero nevertheless, maganda naman kanyang touch response, very responsive, And yung kanyang sounds is okay, marinig mo mga footstep, mga gunshot, and pretty solid naman itong game na ito, si PUBG. And hindi rin siya mainit, umabot lang siya ng just 34 degrees Celsius after an hour of gameplay. Now, itong tablet na ito has one single lens dito sa likod, which is a 8MP, kaya na mag-shoot up to 1080 and 30 FPS. And yung kanang harap is a 5MP, which can also shoot you up to 1080p and 30 FPS. Now, upon checking naman some of the greens na nakuha ko on outdoor, normally hindi naman gumagamit ng tablet pang take ng photos on outdoors, but for demonstration purpose, para makita natin ang ganda ng kanang camera, well, saturated siya. Pero medyo towards the lighter green ang saturation niya. Pero there are times na a little bit OA nga siya, yung mga pictures natin dito. Except that hindi lang siya ganun ka-sharp yung picture, no, once you zoom it in. Kasi dahil it's just 8MP. And there are times na medyo hit and miss nga siya. No? Lalo na kung medyo magalaw, very windy yung kinukunan mo, no? Maalog siya, sumasayaw yung bulaklak, medyo mahirapan mag-focus tong camera niya. Pero kung maayos naman ang pag-focus mo, you'll be able to get some nice snaps naman on outdoor, nevertheless. And if you're trying to take some street snaps, mga signage, mga tall buildings, okay naman. You'll see some minor details lang sa mga cloud, hindi lang sobrang detailed if you're taking a good look at it. And if you're trying naman some photos on indoors, okay, not so bad, pero not so good din. There are times na medyo nahirapan ng konti mag-focus. You just really need to tap on yung subject para mag-focus siya ng maayos. And pag zoom mo, you see na it's a little bit grainy. Expected naman to. Pero kung hindi mo siya zoom, I would say na not so bad ang mga photos na na-capture ko inside the coffee shop. Kahit medyo low light, kaya naman na mag-perform. And tinry ko naman kunan yung kanyang menu. This is a normal shot, 3 times. And this is a 6x zoom shot. Honestly, mga characters, medyo grainy na siya after zooming it for 6 times. Pero itself, if you're trying to take some documents naman on this tablet, well, very legitly naman na maayos siya. Checking some front-facing camera shots, medyo yellow siya o konti, medyo soft on outdoor. On indoor, almost the same lang and medyo mas even further softer pa konti ang mga shots na nakuha natin. So, hindi ganun kaganda ang kanyang front-facing camera. Now, here's a quick video sample from the front camera. Pad 2 9.7. Ito yung pinaliit na version ng tablet ni Redmi. So, 1080p at 30? Tingin nyo guys. I think stable siya to my surprise. Kaya naglalakad ako. And here's a quick video sample from the rear camera. 0.7. Rear camera, 1080p and 30 fps. Tingin nyo guys. Parang mas stable pa nga yung kanya front-facing camera eh. What do you think guys? Let me know in the comments. Now, since itong tablet na ito, normally ginagamit naman natin for web chatting, for video conferencing. So, let's just simply try it here sa ating studio with a good lighting over there. So, let's see kung kamusta ang performance niya on indoor well-lit na studio. So, guys, this is your gadget sidekick. Right now, gamit natin ang Redmi Pad 2 9.7. Using its front-facing camera na 5MP, shooting at 1080p and 30 fps. This is the quality na makukuha mo, and of course, recording using its default microphone. Kamusta naman ang aking audio and video? Let me know in the comments. Now guys, ano masasabi ninyo dito sa tablet na ito? If you can buy this at a roughly 8 to 9K, better. Siguro kung makuha mo to ng 8K, I would say na not so bad na. On a day-to-day usage, for me, personally, maganda ang protection nitong Redmi Pad 2 9.7. It has the aluminum back and aluminum frame, making it even tougher compared sa ibang brands na plastic lang likod, plastic lang gilid. This is definitely stronger and more durable for everyday usage. Na pang, kahit nagko-commute ka, hindi ka takot na may mangyari siya na kahit nahulog yung bag mo, okay lang, protected siya. Pero of course, I would say na you can buy a case, no, para mas protected siya, especially kung nasa labas against scratches, against drops. It will be better. Overall, maganda naman kanyang battery performance and yung gaming naman is not so bad, except ang kanyang camera is so-so. I wouldn't say na maganda ang kanyang camera, honestly speaking. Pero overall naman, happy naman dito sa tablet ito if you're doing research on day-to-day basis, pang online learning, pang online schooling, wala ka dapat maging problema dito sa tablet na ito. Now, if you're interested to buy si Redmi Pad 2 9.7, I'll pop it on the description box below or just simply clicking YouTube shopping link para makamenos pa kayo, makakuha kayo ng vouchers from me to you. Now, syempre, of course, in-invite ko kayo to like, subscribe dito sa akin channel so you don't miss out yung mga review natin na madalang gawin ng ibang tech reviewer just like the Redmi Pad 2 9.7. So, paano guys? Hanggang dito muna ako. I'll see you on my next one. Peace out.